Samsung dropped the Z Fold 8 and the Z Fold 8 Ultra in the same week, with case brands scrambling so fast that half of Amazon has the wrong phone strapped to the wrong case. We're not ranking by drop rating, we're ranking by two things only. Is this case actually confirmed for the Ultra, and does it stay thin enough that you're not carrying a brick in your pocket? Stick around, because the case that wins this list nails both, and the one that opens it fails at the first one entirely. Let's start with the pick you need to avoid. At number 6, the WSKEN Magnetic 360-degree ring stand case. On paper, it looks like exactly what this list wants. N52 magnets, a slim matte shell, 2 bundled HD screen protectors, a metal ring stand that rotates a full 360 degrees for propping the phone up hands-free. The build quality itself isn't the problem. The problem is what it's built for. This listing is made for the standard Galaxy Z Fold 8, the new wide-format device Samsung introduced this year, not the Z Fold 8 Ultra. Those two phones have different dimensions, different hinge geometry, and a case cut for one will not sit flush on the other. You'll get gaps at the hinge, a camera cutout that doesn't line up, and a fit that looks close but isn't close enough to trust with a $2,100 foldable. This is exactly the kind of listing mix-up we warned you about in the intro. If you own the standard Fold 8, this case is genuinely worth a look. If you own the Ultra, skip it completely, because compatible with the whole Z Fold 8 series is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that title. Verdict: great case, wrong phone. Do not buy this for a Z Fold 8 Ultra. If a case built for the wrong device is the first trap, a case that solves protection but abandons thin entirely is the second. At number 5, the BENKS ArmorGrid Pro Grand Combo, which, to BENKS's credit, is genuinely built for the Z Fold 8 Ultra and not a shared mold with another phone. It's a three-piece system: a Kevlar and TPU back case fused by in-mold injection, a separate color-matched polycarbonate front frame, and a fitted glass screen protector, all sold as one kit. The Kevlar TPU fusion means this thing can actually take a hit. That's a legitimate drop protection design, not marketing fluff. And the magnetic hinge cover with a raised TPU lens frame means your camera bump isn't left exposed. Here's the catch, and it's a big one for this specific list. This is a maximalist protection kit, not a thin case. You're stacking a back case, a front frame, and a screen protector on a phone that's already thick when unfolded. If your priority is slipping the fold in a jacket pocket without a bulge, this fights you every step of the way. This is the case for someone who just paid over $2,000 for a foldable and wants insurance more than a slim profile, not for someone who wants thin to mean thin. Verdict: real ultra fit, real protection, wrong category for a thin case list. At number 4, FNTCASE Magnetic Clear Case. And this is where things get more interesting because the flaws are subtler. FNTCASE's own listing covers the Z Fold 8 Ultra and last year's Z Fold 7 on the same shell, meaning this isn't tooling cut specifically for the Ultra's exact dimensions. It's a shared mold that happens to fit both. The spec sheet itself is solid. FNTCASE states 38 built-in N52 magnets, rated at 2,400 grams force of magnetic attraction, which the brand claims is roughly 7 times stronger than a standard case magnet. That's their number, not an independently measured one, so treat it as a manufacturer claim rather than a lab result. It's also rated for an 18-foot military-grade drop test with 4 corner airbags and a rigid polycarbonate backplate. The catch for this list specifically: none of that is thin language. Airbag corners and a rigid backplate add real thickness, and a case tooled to fit 2 different phone generations is never going to hug either one as precisely as a device-specific mold would. If you want rugged over slim and don't mind sharing a case mold with last year's phone, it's a reasonable buy. If thin is the actual point, it undercuts itself. Verdict: strong, rugged spec sheet, shared shell fit, not built for this list's brief. We're past the ones with real problems. From here, it's about degrees of good, not whether they belong on this list at all. At number 3, Nillkin's Super Frosted Shield line for the Z Fold 8 Ultra. And I want to be straight with you about this one before I say anything else. Nillkin actually makes a genuinely strong, slim option here. Their Super Frosted Shield fold case is built with what they call TPU overmolding that seamlessly connects the rear panel to the hinge area, and it's explicitly marketed as an ultra-slim design for buyers who want protection without extra bulk, plus MagSafe-style magnetic compatibility for wallets, stands, and chargers. That's a legitimately good fit for a thin case list. The catch? Nillkin sells at least 4 different Z Fold 8 Ultra case lines right now. The Slim Frosted Shield, a cam prop version with a hidden camera stand, a cam prop plus stylus holder version, and an IceBlade bio-based composite version, and I could not confirm which exact variant the link in this video points to. If it's the slim frosted shield, you're getting a genuinely thin, MagSafe ready case. If a listing swap lands you on the cam prop or stylus version instead, you're getting a noticeably bulkier case with a stand built in. Check the product title against Super Frosted Shield specifically before you buy, because Nillkin's naming across these 4 SKUs is not obvious at a glance. Verdict: the right Nillkin case is genuinely thin. Just confirm you're looking at the Frosted Shield, not one of the bulkier cam prop variants. The last 2 picks are the only ones I'd call confirmed, purpose-built thin cases for the Ultra specifically. No shared shells, no bundled armor kits, no guessing which SKU you're getting. At number 2, TORRAS's Magnetic Slim Case. And this is the thinnest build on the entire list. TORRAS states a 0.04-inch shell thickness, built around what they call an adhesive-free hinge design meant to preserve the fold's stock hinge feel rather than gum it up with glue-mounted covers. It ships with 2 precision-fit front screen protectors, made specifically for the Z Fold 8 Ultra's cover display, and it's built to work with MagSafe-style magnetic chargers and mounts. TORRAS didn't publish a gram force number for the magnet strength on this specific model, so I'm not going to hand you a figure that isn't on their spec sheet. What they do commit to is the slim dimension and the hinge design, which are the 2 things that actually matter for a thin case on a foldable. The honest catch here: because it's this thin, don't expect meaningful drop protection. This is a case built to disappear in your hand and pocket, not to survive a concrete sidewalk. If you're gentle with your phone and just want it to feel like a fold again instead of a slab, this is close to ideal. Verdict: the thinnest build here, with hinge care that actually matters. Just don't expect it to double as armor. And at number 1, Ringke's Fusion case for the Z Fold 8 Ultra takes the top spot because it's the one product on this list with 0 asterisks next to the fit. This is tooling built specifically for the Ultra. Not a shared shell with the standard Fold 8, not a mold recycled from last year's Fold 7. It's a slim, clear hybrid built from TPU and polycarbonate, with a PC back that Ringke states is treated to resist yellowing over time, rather than just being clear TPU left to go amber in a few months. It's got raised bezels around the screen and camera to keep both off flat surfaces, built-in strap holes if you're the type who tethers a foldable, and it's built to stay compatible with wireless charging without the case getting in the way. The honest catch: a hybrid TPU/PC build like this isn't going to survive a drop the way BENKS' Kevlar kit will. And Ringke doesn't market this as a rugged pick. It's not trying to be. But for a video specifically about thin cases that actually fit the Ultra, that's exactly the trade-off you want someone to make on purpose. Verdict: the only case on this list with no fit compromise and no bulk compromise. This is the one to buy if thin is the actual point. Quick recap by what you actually need. If you want the thinnest possible feel and don't mind lighter protection, go TORRAS. If you want a confirmed, yellowing-resistant clear case with 0 fit guesswork, go Ringke. That's our pick. If you want real drop protection and don't care about bulk, BENKS is the one, just know it's not thin. And if you're shopping on Amazon this week for either Fold 8, double and triple check the listing says Ultra specifically. Half of what's live right now is built for the wrong phone. Links to everything below, ranked in the same order as the video. If this saved you from ordering the wrong case, hit subscribe. We'll have the full lineup covered as more of these launch through August.